Once I spend that shit, it's gone. So don't think twice, you buy no bitch. I fell in love with them SITs. Used to have dreams and play they shit.
Shot. It's your boy Solo Kid back with another vid, y'all. Look, we got some true crime shit. Some crazy ass shit. Judging by the title. I don't know how long this shit out. I'm not even finna waste y'all time. This shit an hour long.
I can't believe it. Oh. Oh my god.
Kind of a time to not really know what to do. So.
At random too. Why? I don't get it.
Don't have any answer. How old is Brian?
He's 19.
He's 19.
What's going on, man?
Cooperate. I am gonna cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night of the 27th? Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
At Harbor Freight, we do business differently.
So we're starting off like this. Okay. We're starting off like this.
Get hooked up on
What a
everyday
great way to
savings
start
with
off.
Cash App offers.
Not even finna waste our time giving us some bullshit. Then later in the video,
Grand Junction,
giving us
Colorado.
confession. No,
It's
we're
the first day
getting
of
right
March,
into it.
And Warren Barnes, a
I'm
69-year-old man,
Get immersed, y'all.
outside of Monique's Bridal and Formal Wear on Main Street in downtown Grand Junction, hasn't been seen since Saturday, February 27th.
But if you've ever been downtown, you guys would see him. He
looks
walks
familiar.
Main Street. He's always.
Brett probably knows him if he's talked to him.
He's always on Main Street, just with his backpack, just walking and coming down to the shop to sit in his chair, pretty much.
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
Is it a homeless gentleman?
He's not homeless. He stays in a place. He pays for a room every day. He comes back in the shop because we keep his chair inside the shop to deter other people from sitting in it behind my shop.
The woman speaking with police is Monique Lenati. Her business has been mainstay in downtown Grand Junction since 1995. Monique and her daughter spent time getting to know Warren over the 4 years he's been a fixture behind her shop. He loves reading, feeding birds, and eating Subway sandwiches. To outsiders, he may have appeared unhoused or out of work, simply because he wore the same clothes every day. But Warren is different.
He works for a company that does just like temp agency, and they were the ones that actually contacted me because he's never missed work, and they know that he sits behind my shops.
So every morning it's around 6?
Yeah.
Without fail?
Without fail.
7 days a week?
Yes. He is there every morning.
All by himself?
Yeah.
Those who know him quickly take a shine to his kind and gentle soul.
And he's the nicest guy ever. Rough looking, but he is the nicest guy.
And
he buys Pall Mall Red 100s every day and a donut.
Warren Barnes is quiet and never bothers anyone. He passes the time reading books, so the locals dubbed him the Reading Man.
I know he goes to the library a lot as well, because he, like I said, he reads books.
Loves to read.
And Warren has a routine, one you could swear by. So when he didn't show up to work on Monday morning, March 1st, his employers at the temp agency were concerned.
What raised concern with you today to report him missing?
Because the place People Ready called to see if I had seen him, because he didn't show up for work, and he's never once not shown up for work in the 4 years he's been working for them. So I said no, and that I hadn't seen him since Saturday. I don't know, I just have a really bad feeling, because it's unlike him. And that's the weird thing, is I said, I'll see you tomorrow. He said, I'll be here, I'll see you tomorrow. And then I didn't even think about it when he wasn't there, really.
Does he ever have anybody sit and read with him or
No.
next to him? Has he mentioned talking to anybody?
No, he doesn't associate with a lot of the transients because he's not like them. He's very intelligent. I don't know why he's homeless. I never really got into why he chose,
I'm sure you asked him. Did he ever talk about his family or where he came from?
So he has, I believe, at least one child, but they don't talk.
Okay.
And he said that they talk maybe once every 3 or 4 years on a holiday, but that he hasn't spoken to
So he
him,
probably didn't go for a visit.
No. He wouldn't have, and if he was, he would have told the people Ready Place he wasn't going to be there for work. He was very all about having that so he could afford his place to stay.
With no family that she knows of to call upon, Monique decides to start searching for him on her own. She posts a picture of Warren on her Facebook page asking people to be on the lookout. Meanwhile, 5 miles across town, something odd had been unfolding over the weekend. In the Colorado River just off the Blue Heron boat launch, a car is partially submerged in the water. The driver, 19-year-old Brian Cohey, had accidentally driven his 2007 Ford 500 into the river and was in over his head. Literally. So he called his parents, Brian Sr. and Terry Cohey, to come to his aid, and they called the police for further assistance. The tenor of the scene just off the Redlands Parkway is lighthearted. Everyone's laughing and joking around, even though it's in the middle of the night and it's dark and freezing.
Yeah, we made him wait till he was almost 18 before he got his driver's license because we didn't want him having any accidents like they do when they're 16 and 17 and
Gotcha.
stupid things.
This your son right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure, I mean,
Appreciate it, man.
I'm really cold. Is it okay if it's in here? Because
His pants because he had
Okay.
submerged.
That's fine. I did not know that. No, please stay in the car. All right. Nobody else in the car?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just us. I'm the father. That's the mother. This is our son. He just called
Sounds
us 20
good.
minutes ago and said, "Dad, I parked at the boat ramp and I messed up. I tried to get out of the car and it slid down."
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
no, just a little
Okay.
cold is all.
Beside your pride a little bit.
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license, by any chance?
I do. Thankfully.
What were you doing down here, bud?
Well, I felt like I needed to get out,
Okay.
and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit.
relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp,
Okay.
and I thought it would be easy to get out. But when I tried to,
Where did you park exactly? Were you down the hill a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then
When he got back in, go ahead.
when I got back in, I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No,
at
I
this
was
point, or
facing.
were you
I was
facing
facing
this way?
up.
Okay.
You back down?
Yeah.
Really good
Because that seemed like the easiest way.
That is very
Because of the propulsion of the rear tires, I figured they would be able to push.
Okay.
But yeah, then.
Okay.
Yeah, then it slid into the river. I was able to get out.
Because I was like, it's not a crash. He just
Dude, it's like
parked
8 feet
it
out in the water.
He parked it and basically couldn't get it up. It just lost traction, looks like, and then he actually went in it down in the water. He's not hurt at all, so I'm like, how are you going to get this car out if possible?
For the, I know what I want, and the, come to me lasts, McAllister's.
Does he need to stay here?
I'm
Or
sorry?
Is he free to go? I'm sure he'd like to go home and get warm.
I'm sure you'd like to get some pants on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's not a crash. It's
Okay.
simple
It's
mistake.
just a stupid action.
So,
Yep. All right, I'm going to take him home then, and then we'll come back here and see if we can figure out what's what with the picture driver.
son has no pants on.
After taking Brian home to put some pants on and warm up, the Coheys return to the scene at the boat ramp around 3 a.m. And this is when things take a turn. The crew recovering Brian Jr.'s sedan from the Colorado River has just spotted something troubling.
Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
So the back bumper, I don't know, you can probably see it from here. It's a lot of red on the back of that. Dripping down it all a little bit. But underneath the license plate, a little area right there. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of red, which means looks like blood.
Blood?
Yeah. I don't know if did your son hurt himself on his way out at all?
He might have. He just didn't know it. I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. It's a good question. He's at home. Is he make sure he's
Nah, I
not
ain't gonna lie, bro.
got
It be
cut?
like, it be the signs, like, the signs be there so much, bro, and it be right there in your face. But niggas don't. It's more so like niggas don't want to believe it, bro. It's like, nigga, the blood is coming out of the back of your car. Immediately, I'm thinking trunk. Like, it's like, but niggas don't have that kind of, you feel me? You on the outside thinking it, outside looking in, so immediately you're gonna know what the fuck is going on. But when you in the inside, you don't want to believe it. It's kind of like one of those things where like your closest friends, you don't want to believe like where your significant other cheating on you or your closest friend doing some shit towards you. Like, you don't want to believe it. But like, it be the people closest to
he's
you.
not
I'm
aware
telling
of,
you.
maybe because his adrenaline was a little high. Maybe just have him do like a self-check, make sure he's okay.
Hello?
Brian, are you okay? They see blood on the back bumper of the vehicle.
Really?
Yeah, did you get hurt?
No.
Are you sure you don't have any injuries?
You saying no makes it even worse.
Fine. There's blood on it?
We're not sure.
We're not sure. It's a red, something red underneath the license plate.
Similar blood stain.
Oh no.
All right. But you're not injured. You don't have any cuts.
No, I don't know what would cause blood or whatever it is on the bumper.
But you're not injured.
No, I'm not injured.
Okay. All right. I'll call you back.
Ooh, it's cold.
Is it good? My car good?
No, Brian, they're trying to get it out. They got to rehook it and try it again.
They're having trouble getting your car out, buddy. All right.
We'll call you back.
Call you back in a little bit. If I can send a message on. Bye.
I got to move my car.
Is there?
I got to move my car for the driver. Okay.
The car is finally removed from the Colorado River, but the blood is still piquing the interest of everyone on the scene.
What'd they say about us looking in the trunk?
They're good with it.
Okay.
The officers are unable to get into the trunk. Brian seemingly locked it before driving it into the water. The car is released back into the custody of the Cohees the next morning. Brian Sr. decides to clean his son's car. After all, it had been in the river for hours and badly needed it.
So I'm like, okay, can I get this car started for Brian? He's gotta work. So right away, I popped the hood, unhooked the battery, because it was dead, tried to charge the battery. I started going through the car, vacuuming out all the water. Did as much as I could Saturday. Went back out there this morning, just to continue. And I opened the glove box, and there was a knife in the glove box, underwater.
Okay.
The glove box is full of water. Very large knife.
Okay.
And then, as I go around the passenger door, I open the passenger door, and there's a wallet in between those doors. And it's gone, whatever.
Okay.
And I open up, that's not Brian's wallet. It's frozen solid. I'm like, oh my God. That's not Brian's wallet.
Between the blood on the bumper, the knife, and the stranger's wallet, Brian Sr. had some questions for his son. But first, he makes a phone call to a company whose business card was found in the wallet.
So I take him aside and I'm getting one of the wads of cards out. There's a label ready. I read that. So I called label ready. And then another one, there was a social security card. Okay. I was like, hey, this is a weird call, but I've got a wallet here with so-and-so's name, and I'm hoping he works for you all, or he subbed him out or whatever. Oh yeah, my one, we've been missing him. Yes, he didn't show up today. I'm like, oh my God, I've never been a missing person. Okay, well I found his wallet at Blue Pen Program. So here's my name, here's all my information. If you get a hold of him, tell him I've got his wallet here at my house. Okay, so I left that like that.
Brian Sr.'s next phone call is to Brian Jr.
Call Brian. Brian, what's going on? Why is there a wallet in the car? Oh, I found it down at the book ramp when I was down there walking around. And he was so sincere. I took it all. I want to believe him. He's my son. Sure. We found him. Brian, how come, and all this going on in the last 2 days, well, how come you didn't tell us about the wallet? Dad, I was just so excited with all the goings on. My car getting towed. Look, it's wet now. It won't start. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think it was important to add. I'm like, Brian, who is...
Here at Old Smoky, we pride ourselves on innovation.
My nigga getting skinny, ain't it?
Raise a jar.
That boy been retired, been losing that weight, hey.
Whatever, guy. Dad, I swear to you, from the bottom, I only know one more, and he's my school friend. It's not him. I with him.
Unbeknownst to Brian Sr., his wife Terry, who operates a child care facility out of the home, is almost simultaneously making a chilling discovery in her son's room.
And then I started working on my house, doing some drywall repairs, just doing other things. Left the car alone, didn't let it dry out. And my wife called, "Get over here right now. Drop everything right now."
111 is John. What's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
I just need to come. That's why I had to take a picture and send it to you.
What's the address? Is your son there now?
He just pulled up. We wanted to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
19. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid, but
that's how that shit be fucking starting, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, it be like every serial killer, it's like they start off the fucking same and you blame the parents. It's like you see the signs, but you still like, who in their right mind lets a child experiment in first of all, experiment on dead animals and shit, kill animals and shit? It's like that Dexter, fucking Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Like, who does shit like that and thinks it's okay and think, oh yeah, my child's gonna end up fine, it's just a phase? You're literally breeding that nigga to become a weirdo. Like, like, come on. like, come on. Like, this shit, like, it be in your face. Like, my kid be like, Dad, I did what's that shit called in science class? Experiment on a dead squirrel today. I'm gonna look at that nigga fucking crazy. Nigga, you did what? Nigga picking up roadkill and shit and fucking taking a heart out and looking at it and taking out all the organs and putting them in tubes and fucking jars and shit. Like, nigga, what, bro?
Investigators, but
bitch, is you cool? Like,
Do you think he's gonna be cooperative with us?
I don't know. I don't think he'll be violent. Just came back from his friend's house.
Does he have any weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know.
It be right in your face, bro.
He has a shotgun, but we can.
He has a shotgun?
Before he gets in his room, he's out by the car now. So.
Is the bag?
Who gave this nigga a
In
shotgun?
my kitchen sink, and there's a secondary bag that I have not opened.
Officers from the Mesa County Sheriff's Office respond to the Cohey residence on South Broadway. At this point, all the children in Terry Cohey's daycare have been picked up by their parents. Outside the home, at the end of their gravel driveway, Brian Sr., Terry, Brian Jr., and Brian's brother Andy await police.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real?
You see the way he just switched? Y'all see the way he just switched his whole personality just like that? Bro, these niggas be demons, bro. I'm telling you. These niggas be demons. Look at that shit. Look at the way he just looks over and just, like, he looks over. Hold on, he looks over. Nigga just fucking activated. He activated. That nigga literally looked over and did this. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I believe so. What are they find? A human head and hands. Like, freak ass nigga enjoyed it. He got horny off that shit. Like, what the fuck?
I believe so.
And what would it be?
Like, look.
A human head and hands.
Like the way his fucking tones just changed.
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Like, look at the way his whole, like, demeanor just changed, my nigga. I gotta go all the way to the part I was just at. That shit just pissed me off. Ad. Incoming. Incoming ad. I'm calling it. Watch me call this shit. I'm telling you, hey, I might tell you a joke. I never tell you a lie, my nigga. I love you niggas. I'm never gonna tell y'all niggas. Why would I lie to you niggas?
Play for cash and hot prizes in
Supposed to be like
January
these.
with
Why
our
would a lot of these
$96,000
niggas?
spin for cash.
Parents
Oh,
have
never
some
mind.
concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
This nigga a nut, bro.
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night
Like
of
that
the
nigga got horny when he said that. The nights of the 27. Like, nigga having flashbacks to this shit. Like. This nigga having a flashback when you fuck a bad bitch and you start thinking about it like, damn, I remember that shit. Like, oh my damn, like this nigga getting horny off thinking about this shit. Like, bro, niggas be weird. You're weird.
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Oh my damn, bro. Imagine, bro, being a father and you just hear this, bro. Oh my damn, like you failed, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you failed as a father. Like there's no, like you actually failed as a father. And then my sympathy goes out to him. It's like, damn, bro. It's like, it's probably shit that could have been. I ain't gonna lie, it's not always on the parents, right? It's not always on the. I ain't gonna lie, the father looks like a genuine dude. He actually looks like a genuine, hard-working man. And his son is just a nut, bro. His son is just a nut. It's really like, it's not really things like, it's one of those things like, yes, some elements probably influence that behavior. Some elements probably influence that behavior. But he was just too far gone. This nigga's just actually a nut. He was just too far gone, bro. He probably saw the signs, but it probably just he's a good kid, man. He's into some weird shit. He's probably one of those, like, he's a good kid, he just into some weird shit. No, bro. Like, no, bro. Like, it's not okay, bro.
The night of the 27th?
Just imagine hearing your
How did
son
you
say,
end
I
up with
murdered someone. Like,
I murdered him.
With what?
what the
A
fuck?
knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
Okay. Where did you do that at?
What the fuck?
Underneath the bridge.
Which bridge?
The one past
Okay.
near the weird intersection.
Okay. Do you have anything on you that's gonna cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
Go ahead. Phone?
Okay. How do you know this guy?
He didn't.
They told me that was what was in the wallet.
He just saw a random nigga and killed him.
No. How'd you come across the gentleman?
I was driving,
Uh-huh.
and I saw a strange shape near the railway.
Uh-huh.
So I parked my car and investigated it,
Okay.
and I found it to be a man sleeping.
Okay. Where's the knife at?
It is in my sunken car. Well, it's in my car.
I had that
previously
I
sunken.
this is going to be an invest, and I'll take it from there.
Okay. So, did that happen when you crashed your car? Or is that totally different?
That's related, but a different event.
Okay. How's it related?
Well,
He
when I
killed him
found
and tried to
out,
hide the body.
I tried disposing of his body by putting it in the river, but
Okay,
I parked too low in the river. And
Where's the
my car-
rest of his body at?
Huh?
Where's the rest of the body at?
What parts?
The body, Brian. Where's his body?
Down the river.
Okay. I'm gonna have you walk over here. You're gonna sit in the back of my partner's patrol car for a minute, okay? Not yet. Okay. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay?
200-pound, 6'1" Brian Cohey is cooperative and polite, if not a bit awkward. The female officer from the Mesa County Sheriff's Office helps the 19-year-old into her patrol car.
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? You said your name's Brian?
Yeah. I'm not feeling too well.
You're not feeling too well? All right.
No, these past few days I've been very, very anxious.
That's understandable. So what we're gonna have you do here is I'm just gonna have you sit in the back here, okay? I'm gonna turn on the air for you in a second. That way you're not too hot. Are you a hot-blooded or cold-blooded kind of guy?
I am very cold-blooded.
Yeah, we know.
No, actually, sorry, hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded. So you prefer the cold? Okay, fantastic. All right. So hop in here. I know you're tall, so it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but like I said, I'll get that air on for you.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Meanwhile, The male officer needs to go inside the house
No
and see
handcuffs?
for himself if there actually is a human head in the sink.
No
like
handcuffs?
Carrie Cohey claimed in her 911
I'm just saying,
call.
no handcuffs. I'm just saying, no handcuffs. If it was hey, they would have put that nigga in handcuffs first and then ask questions later. Like, I'm just saying. I don't even want to make it like that. I'm just throwing it out there. It's a little lob. You gotta catch it, or you're gonna catch it, or you're gonna let the lob go over your head. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we never looked at it. It's under the towel in the sink.
Okay.
Yeah, say what you mother. Give her.
Just make sure that guy goes in the car first.
I can say yeah. You can go in the sink, right?
Well,
It's his brother or some shit? Damn. Brett Magic going to school, but like, ain't your brother a weirdo? Like, like, bro, this dope. Like, it's just fuck, bro. R.I.P. to that nigga Warren, bro. A real nigga, bro. Just going to work, being about his purpose, not bothering anybody, staying to himself, and see what happens, bro.
Yeah. 22, 42, you clear for a call?
Grab my water.
All right, I'm giving you a call.
Let me know when you start.
Yeah, let me get this figured out. Oh, yeah, you might want to call investigations. So, oh yeah, he already, I asked him what was going on, he said I killed a guy. I stabbed him, that's his head. I dumped his body in the river. So, I guess this guy's name is like Warren Brown or something. So, alright, I'm gonna secure the house, and he said there should be hands and the head's in the sink. The body is in the river. So, what's that? Yeah. What's that? Oh, does it sound by my voice that it looks real? It is. So.
Nigga thought he was trolling? What? What, nigga?
What's that? Oh, does it sound by my voice that it looks real?
What the fuck? What he called it nigga like, bro, are you joking? Nigga, what? Like, what do you think? Like, bro, niggas be bullshitting, bro. It's like,
does it sound by my voice that it looks real?
Nigga.
It is. So, okay.
After the officer confirms the head is indeed real, Brian Sr. then recounts the story of the last 24 hours again to law enforcement on scene.
He left Friday night, late in the morning. Our phone rings at my house. Dad, this is Brian. My son Brian. Same name, same birthday, January 10th. Is my firstborn. My car's stuck in the river.
y'all got the same name and birthday? I'm glad that's tough. Nothing related to this. Nothing related to this. Bro, that's actually, that's actually valid for a junior. That's actually crazy for a junior. You have the same name and birthday as your dad? That shit tough. That's actually tough. That nigga's a dickhead. Nothing to tough about him. I'm just saying the circumstance. You feel me? The circumstance. That's valid for a junior to have. Like, you carrying on the legacy, but that nigga wasn't carrying on no legacy. He was doing some other freaky ass shit.
Since the one-wheel drive, we tried to put it in reverse, and the car started sliding, and next thing you know, he ended up in the river. So we get there to pick him up. We call the police at 2 o'clock in the morning. My son put his car in the river, so they called a tow truck company. We called 4 tow truck companies. Couldn't get the car out of the river.
Where's the car?
Blood all over the bumper.
Where is the car?
So we towed it to Scotty's to have it, see if they could fix it. So I called Scotty's and said, don't touch it.
Okay.
I already called him and said, don't touch it.
Nothing was taken out of the vehicle.
Yes,
you know.
I did. Yes.
What do
Rugged and warm.
I mean, but they already got a confession, though. I mean, I guess you got to still collect the evidence. But they already got their confession. It's really just
differently from the other guy.
collecting the evidence.
We designed.
This nigga cooked.
What did you take out of the vehicle?
The
I
knife?
cleaned it out, bottles, everything, incriminating
Do you know
stuff.
where that stuff is?
Yes, it's all at the house.
It's all
yes,
okay,
yes.
in a bag.
No, I just, I didn't know this had happened first, so I'm
Understand.
thinking I'm going to get Brian's car cleaned out, we're going to get it all fixed up,
Right.
call Scotty's, they're going to start it up.
Right.
But then things started unfolding.
Okay.
We saw blood on the bumper. We asked Brian, Brian, what's this from? Oh, I think I cut my finger.
Okay.
What else has got? I found a wallet, so I'm going through the car this morning, and there's a wallet in the car, and I'm like, Brian, whose wallet? Oh, I found it at the boat ramp.
And where were you going through the car this morning?
Because it was at my house. We towed it to my house.
Oh, so now it's at your house.
It's at my house.
It's not at Scotty's anymore.
No, when I found out I couldn't start it, I called the tow truck company, and they towed it to Scotty's this morning.
Oh, it just
So
got
they
towed.
just got it.
Okay.
Car was towed there, and I'm like, well, I started pulling out bottles, this, and I'm like, Brian, why is there a knife in your glove box? Dad, I don't feel safe.
So you touched the knife?
Oh, but the knife was underwater. This car was underwater.
Right, okay.
So I pulled everything out of the car.
Okay.
And
And
then I
all
found
of that stuff is in your garage
all the
right now?
stuff's at my house.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I was pulling it out, I'm like, what the fuck?
The officers update each other on the new information they've gathered while Terry Cohey sobs in the background.
So he had the car at his house this morning. He took out knife, a bunch of stuff.
Who's?
Brian Sr. His house. I have the
Hold on one
address. Again.
Go ahead. I copy.
So I told him we'd hang tight until investigations came, and then he can take them there where all the items are.
Go ahead. No, we're fine. We've got him sitting in a patrol car right now, and it's just the family here, so we're good. I appreciate it. Okay, so where's everything
So
else?
5. He had the car at the house this
Damn,
morning.
bro.
He pulled the knife, all sorts of
You gotta
stuff.
feel bad for the family, bro. On both sides.
Hold on.
You're good.
Car to car or stuck.
It's fucked, bro. It's
We'll also
fucked.
have a second address that'll have to either go through on consent or through a search warrant. It's gonna be back
This shit fucked, bro.
at Dad's house. He had the car over there and
Cleaned it out.
Unbeknownst to knowing what was going on.
Dad's super cooperative about taking us there and letting us look at. So I just told him we'd wait till investigations got here and just keep him here. Hmm? They have another location. I don't believe this is their house, or maybe this is their second house.
Type shit.
Yeah, I copy. They're cooperative out here.
Rich ass niggas got different houses and shit.
While the Coheys await instructions on what to do next, they have some questions.
I know you guys have a lot going on right now. It's a lot to process, so we'll work with you every step of the way as much as we can.
It's gonna be okay, mama. It's gonna be okay.
How long till the
So-
news company shows up?
We're gonna try to keep that a while, so we're
Yeah, 'cause
hoping.
we need to get clearance from you so we can get out of Dodge.
Don't.
Because I don't want
biggest
to.
thing
We
right
can't
now-
have news in front of me. I run the life jacket program here in town.
Okay.
That's
Biggest
me.
thing is our investigation unit getting
Oh,
here
absolutely.
and talk to you guys. And
Absolutely,
then,
sure.
Like I said, even if news shows up, we're not gonna let them down here.
Thank you.
So
Yeah. Okay.
just focus
Don't
on
let 'em up there
breathing
either. They'll
and
be able to
kinda-
see stuff from up there too.
Well, nobody else should know about this right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. So and again, be careful who you guys talk to, who you
No-
tell
no-
anything.
nobody.
or anything. Okay.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows but you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't
Same
think
goes for
you want
Are
to tell
you
people
family
that.
My son.
Okay.
Second brother.
All right.
Second son.
Okay. And your name? Nice to meet you. Sorry, we're meeting this way.
No,
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
At least it's not me in that car, you know?
I can't believe it.
Nigga, what? Hold on. Oh, what?
Nice to meet you. Sorry, we're meeting this way.
No,
Oh my god, I can't believe
at
it.
least it's not me in that car, you know?
Nigga, what? I mean, I get he was trying to lighten the mood, say a corny ass joke, but it's like, that shit was like, that comment was so unnecessary. Like, why did you have to make that comment? Why would you even say that in that moment? Your mom is literally to your left on the fucking ground, on the grass, in the dirt, crying because her son is a weirdo. He murdered someone and kept the body in a fucking closet, or his head in a closet and shit. Like, you have the audacity to make a, well, at least it's not me in that car. Nigga, what? Like, bro. If I was the dad, I would have looked back at this nigga like. If I was the dad, I would have looked back at this nigga like these. Huh? like, huh?
Oh my god. It's kind of a time to not really know what to do, so.
At random too. Why? I don't get it.
Don't have anything.
Oh no, this shit was not random. That shit is never random, bro. That shit is never random. Ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's random, but cases like these where niggas do freak ass shit, like it's different. Okay, it's different. Niggas just killed a nigga, right? Like that's random. That's random. Killing and dismembering the nigga and keeping that in your fucking closet. That shit is not random. No, that shit. And why I say it's not random because the reason and when you could always tell when you dealing with a psychopath. The fucking like Cosby knowing that shit. It's psychological shit. When they ask why the reason, like he was asking all these fucking questions when he did it. He was being completely calm when he asked the nigga, "Hey, why did you do this?" Well, I always wanted to know what it feels like to kill someone.
He's
19.
It's like you can't even say nothing. It's just like,
Mom, what's your name? Terry. Terry. Okay. Are you okay? Do you need any medical?
Well, we're waiting on a call from my doctor.
Okay. Okay. All right. So hang tight right here. I got to chat with my partners again.
Sure.
Okay. Brian, when would you say this? What night did this happen?
No, Friday late Saturday morning.
This Saturday?
1 o'clock, yes.
Okay.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Stop. Just this Saturday. At 1 in the morning.
For what, the car crash?
Yeah, the whole incident.
It's now time to take the 19-year-old suspect to the station for questioning.
he gonna answer every question. He'll give you every detail. Tell you how he enjoyed it, how he got a boner when he cut the head off, how when the blood splashed in his face on the side of the face, he kind of got a little horny off it, and then a little pre-nut came out his tip. Like, nigga, a freak. He's a freak.
On the drive over, Brian Jr. makes light conversation with the sheriff's deputy until he notices where they are.
It is 2:32. It was under this bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this freak ass nigga, he's having flashbacks. He's like, hey, oh yeah, that's where I did it at. Yeah, that's where I did it. Yeah. It was cool. Pretty good experience, man. Like nigga going, he was like one of them niggas who be going to their old hood and shit. Like, oh yeah, that's where I grew up. Like, yeah, I did it over here. That's when I had my first fight. Like, lame ass nigga. Like, nope, you're weird. Like niggas, he proud of that shit. Yeah, that's why I did it here, under that bridge. At my first body.
Like right there under the bridge?
Like,
or
niggas think killing niggas are cool. Like, that shit is, no, bro.
okay. Stuckwick. He said it was the bridge here right by the jail. From what he's saying, it sounds like overpass, but we'll clarify.
A patrol car is sent to inspect the area of the underpass that Brian stated was the crime scene. There, officers are quickly able to confirm he was telling the truth.
It's right here.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah. Because there's an arm. Hey.
Why are we laughing?
Search ever.
There's an arm, there's another arm.
Okay, hold on. Do some pictures. Start right now.
There's another one.
I don't have a clue. Okay.
This is like something out of TV.
Yeah.
discussion with the deputy chief about how these kids don't have any
remorse, nigga. You gotta start looking at these niggas when they in pre-K, babies, 3 years old. Like, you gotta do an evaluation on these niggas, bro. These niggas be mentally ill.
Well, it could be the upper arm or a leg.
Well, there's 3. There, and there.
Pieces down there. I mean,
A patrol guide to yellow tape it and then hold it, because the potential is that there's a secondary by the boat launch.
Yeah, I would think so.
well, we
'cause
can
if
run
you
out
wanna
there
go,
and look at that, and then if you guys, we can just ask for a.
I'm switching to primary, hold on.
But if we can get the lab out here, that would be the best thing.
Yeah, get forensics out here.
After the 8-minute drive to the sheriff's office is complete, the deputy escorts Brian Jr. into the interrogation room.
He's
Is Dad cooperative?
Everybody's cooperative, including Dad's Brian Sr., son is Brian Jr.
They're ready for him.
Okay, cool. Let me call parents, let them know to park here, and then we'll have someone meet them out front. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is if you can pull into the front of the sheriff's office, and when you do that, you're gonna... Okay, no problem. Okay, so you're just gonna pull up in the front of the sheriff's office, okay, and just park up here at the front, and then we will have somebody, most likely myself, will come out here and I'll look for you, and then as soon as you guys pull up and are just parked, I'll meet you and walk you back, okay? Okay, sounds good. Just hang tight in your car and then you'll see me come out and then we can meet then.
Hall of Fame of manipulation in the interrogation room. Let's watch this nut ass interview, bro. Let's watch this nut ass interview, bro. Let's watch this horny ass nigga get excited off this weird shit. I knew they didn't cuff this nigga. I fucking knew it. It's like, bro, it's like my nigga, bro. My nigga, bro. Come on, dude. Nigga.
So walk with me. We're gonna walk right this way, okay?
We're fine with me not being in cuffs.
I'm fine with you not being in cuffs.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, Brian, open this door for me, please. Oh, let's pull it. There you go. You're good, you're good. Alright, just face that glass right there for me. Okay. Just walk over for me, Brian. Alright, slow it down. You're a big guy. Slow it down. You're okay. So we're gonna take a right here. Okay, keep on walking. Yes. Walk through these guys here.
Oh, I should have a mask.
You're okay. Don't worry about it, okay? Keep on walking. Yep. Alright, we're gonna take a left. Keep going. Take another left. Hard left. Right here. Right here. You're alright. So have a seat, and we'll be with you in a moment, okay? Thanks, Brian.
The parents arrive just a couple of minutes after their son.
Just follow me all the way down.
Here at Old Smoky, we pride ourselves on innovation. Come on, raise the jar.
We're gonna have you guys have a seat in here, and we'll be with you shortly.
In the interview room, Terry Cohey is understandably upset and anxious. Her eldest son has just admitted to murdering a stranger for the thrill of it. The detective wants to know the question on everyone's mind at this point. What would drive this seemingly non-violent teenager to murder?
Tell me about Brian. Does he have any kind of mental issues?
finna get the Lord.
They were told he had ADHD. Okay. So they put him on ADHD medicine. But he didn't get it during the summer or weekends only when he was in school. Okay. In middle school, he started exhibiting antisocial behavior. Okay. Just saying things to get kids riled up and thinking it was funny. Okay.
That's how it starts.
The doctor said, yes, he's ADHD.
The
Yes,
signs be there, bro. I'm telling you.
yes, he says, oh, and there's some indications that he should get further testing because of potential psychosis. And I asked about referrals and calls, and nobody in town would see them. The only place to go was Denver. And I was like, how am I supposed to just take him to Denver? And so we got him involved. And she worked with him for about a year, and then COVID hit. And so she couldn't do sessions anymore. And they tried to do over the phone sessions, but it's just not very effective, beneficial. And it's just kind of like we just were like, okay, well, he seems to be doing good. You know, he graduated high school. He works at, and he's been working there for a year in August.
The detective wants to know more about the medications Brian is on and if he's actually taking them.
And he said he's not taking his medication, or is he on medications now? He's on ADHD medicine. Okay. That he takes before work. Okay. His part-time job. Okay. And he takes sertraline, which is an anti-anxiety, antidepressant. Okay. So he's been diagnosed that as well.
And to the best of your knowledge, is he actually taking them? Like, do you watch him take them?
I don't watch him take them, but I have the alarm set, and every 9 at 10 p.m. I say, Brian, take your medicine. And he says, I know, I am. Okay. And as I've looked at his pill container, I mean, it's going, you know, seems to be going down. Okay. So I assumed he was taking it.
Okay. What about alcohol or any other recreation drugs?
No.
Nothing like that. When you talked about the school stuff and having lots of issues, what were the issues that they were having that made other kiddos not feel safe?
He would make jokes that were not
What kind of jokes?
He got suspended a few times, like for behavior that wasn't acceptable. Like this one girl that he knows very well, he knows that she has a lot of issues, and that loud noises frighten her. And so, you know, one of his school suspensions was when he, you know, came up to her in the hallway and clapped really loud next to her, you know, knowing that it would put her in a panic, and she cried, and we were like, yep, no, you know, that's not how, no, you knew that would upset her, and you did it anyway. And he got suspended for prohibited use of a weapon.
My nigga, what?
But it was, there was another boy who brought in nunchucks to school, okay, on the school bus. And Brian was like, wow, cool, you know? And I think this was in 11th grade. And so Brian was like, I think Brian had given out some candy to some kids on the bus. And so Brian was like, can I check those out? He's like, I'll bring you in so you could give me some candy. So Brian gave the kid candy, and the next day the kid comes on the bus with 2 sets of nunchucks. One are glass, and the other one, I guess they're like rubber. I don't know. I never actually saw them. Okay. But so he's like, I know I can't take the glass ones because I'd be in trouble for that. So he took the rubber ones and he put them in his backpack. And his backpack was, I don't know if it was in his backpack or in his jacket. There was some differentiating stories. Okay. But so the teacher saw them and they said, what's that, Brian? And he was like, nothing. You know,
prohibited weapon on school grounds. And I'm like, okay, well, what about the other kid that brought them in? And they said, that kid doesn't have the behavior issues that Brian has. And I'm like, oh, so you're punishing Brian because he has behavior issues. I see. So, Brian went through probation and he completed it successfully.
The line of questioning pivots to Brian's behaviors and interests.
Over the years, you've built equity.
Nah, I don't know, bro.
And
I
over
mean,
the years,
it doesn't seem like he's doing crazy ass shit. He seems like a regular ass nigga in school. He's a dickhead for sure.
Downs.
But
Oh, I know what I want.
it's like
Andy, come to me last.
kids do dickhead ass shit, but they're not crazy. It's just, kids are fucking dickheads.
Home with you and your husband and your other son, like any kind of violent behavior or weird behavior, like the stuff with Brian's textbook weird. You know, I mean, he's always, you know, he's either ADHD and we're struggling with social thinking and social behaviors and learning and, you know, it's always been a challenge with Brian. But not violent behavior towards you and your husband. What about other kids in the neighborhood or on the bus? He didn't really, you know, he had a couple of friends that he's had since elementary, but, you know, he had a morbid sense of humor and would make jokes, and I'd say, Brian, that is not funny. And he'd go, yeah, it is, Mom. You just don't get my sense of humor, you know. But some of his behaviors that we attributed to autism, like the flat face, maybe isn't attributable to autism. Obviously, it's something else. Okay. What about any fascinations or things that he fixates on? A lot of perseveration on crime and crime scenes. And so he was talking about going into the military in the fall, and when he gets out, having your job. And so I had purchased online a crime scene investigation book for him. You know, it's like ones that they give. You probably read it when you first started out in college. And so I gave that to him, and I was like, so here, Brian, you know, let's channel that curiosity into something positive that you can affect a good change in the world. And he's like, yeah, that's my plan, Mom. But you know, he's not going to say always had a fascination. You know, I'm going to say in the last few years. Okay. And is it like shows that he watches, or like tries to do things to create a scene? You know what I mean? Like, whether it's like animal stuff or nothing. No, like he loves our dogs. Okay. You know, I mean, he's very affectionate with our animals.
Trying to see if he was experimenting on animals and shit. She's trying to get to the, like I said earlier, cause that's how that shit start. I'm telling you, that's how that shit start. Niggas doing experiments on animals and shit, and then when they want to get to bigger animals like fucking dogs, and they get to, you feel me, and that's when the bigger animals don't suffice now. They want to try humans. That's how it be.
You know, like just last week he watched Silence of the Lambs, but I was like, well, he's 19. Not sure, you know. Probably all watched it. I watched it. It doesn't make me a serial killer. You know. Is there anything else about Brian or the last couple of weeks? No, he's always, you know, sometimes he's affectionate, you know, and every night when I say, I love you, Bugs, and he says, I love you too, Mom, you know, and he gives me a hug, and, you know, he's at work when he's supposed to be at work. He's never, I mean, other than his behavior issues in high school, I was like, there's never really been, like, anything legal that was, you know, that was a problem, but I was like, uh-oh, you know. When they did his testing, and forgive me because I don't know all of the exact language and stuff, but like on the spectrum of his autism stuff, did they kind of give you a range, or did they say we think maybe based on some behaviors they said he was high functioning, you know, that he did the IQ tests well and blah blah blah. But they said, but you know, in going through this, I think that it would be beneficial if he received further testing. And I said, okay, who do I go to? And they gave me a couple names, and I called them, and they said, no. And then I said, okay, who else should I call? And I called them, and they said, nope. And I said, who else should I call? And I called them, and they said, nope. And there was nobody else to call. Okay. And this services, is she just kind of doing some basic counseling type stuff? She works specifically with autistic children. Okay. And so we were referred to her from, okay. And, you know, like I said, he was doing group, going in to see her once a week, and, you know, and because of everything going on in school, you know, we said, you know, we don't feel like he's a danger to other people or to us, you know. Maybe himself, if, you know, something happened, but, you know, and I was like, do you think he's a danger to others? And she goes, well, from the discussions we had, I can't really make that determination, but. So he must have been going to her for quite a while then. He was seeing her for about a year. He had been seeing for a year and a half, but he wasn't making any progress with. Things just kept getting worse and worse. Behaviors were worse. There was never any violence.
I don't know, Chad. I don't know.
Never, you know,
It's like subtle shit that's there, but it's not all the way. It's kind of like it's just shit happens kind of shit, right? But it's not like he did some fucking crazy shit. It's like, oh, that's why.
He's got a morbid sense, you know, and he's a freaking millionaire writing books, you know.
Brian Sr. is dumbfounded by the situation he's found himself in.
It's kind of like, where is he at? Type shit.
Marketing and
It's kind of like he
creative teams have a lot of
misunderstood.
ideas.
It's kind of giving
Manage
that.
them all with Smart
I'm
Sheet.
trying to give bro the benefit of the doubt. Even though he's a sicko, I've been on his ass. I'm trying to at least give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's coming from something. I'm trying to find the root of the problem.
But he quickly realizes that this is not an accurate picture of his son.
He's obviously sick. He's obviously very sick.
Oh,
Notice
Pop's not finna sugarcoat it.
He gets cold.
He finna tell y'all how it is.
Cold look on his face. And I can just tell that, I don't know if it's from his friends that he's hanging out with or what, but.
Tell me about some of the.
Mondoose was sugarcoating. You know, mom always go to bubble up her baby and shit. Say he's not that bad. OG, Popsy, OG nigga go tell you how it is.
And I can just tell that, I don't know if it's from his friends.
Nah, Pop's like, hell no. The signs is there.
Tell me about some of the.
The signs is there. My son's sick.
School, but tell me about Brian from his childhood.
Very
growing up.
He was good growing up, but I think they diagnosed him early in elementary school with ADHD because he would, you know, he had trouble meeting friends, trouble talking, doing funny things. So he was always kind of on his own. He was a loner. You know, he had friends, a certain amount of friends, but he wasn't like, hey, everybody, you know, he wasn't accepted very well. In school, he wasn't accepted. I know that, but he's got friends he hangs around with, you know, respectable friends, and we just thought, but it just seems like not friends that would ever, not those kind of friends.
Sure.
Clean, good friends.
Okay.
You know, the worst they have is they play video games. They drink too much Pepsi. That's my only complaint when all his friends come over. They stay up too late. No. I don't know what happened. I don't know why, what made him go, you know, and I'll never know that question. I don't know how many times you want to ask me. I don't know why, who, when, where, I don't know. I'm just as in the dark about this as you.
Still, Brian Sr. maintains there was not a single sign that anything like this would ever happen.
Never been physical at all with any family members. Mom, dad, Brian, dogs. Never any not a cool bone in his body. Never, ever, nothing. And as far as his friends, no, he's never been in a fight in his life. He's never hit anybody. He's just like his dad. I mean, I've never been in a fight, man. I thought just so it was going to be a spin-off of me. Because he's non-violent, but he's not. I don't know what's going on now. Everything's different.
By the end of his time in the interview room, Brian Sr. laments the loss of his family's reputation in the community.
This is too much for me. I have the same name as my son, and now this has happened. I need to move to Mogadishu or something. Because I can't. This is going to kill my family. How do I know this guy's family's not going to come after us?
Well, I mean, there's lots and lots of.
I don't know how this is going to unravel.
Sure.
For the sins of my son, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
And my wife is just a mess.
I mean, just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do anyway. And I know there's lots and lots of unknowns and lots of stuff we don't know. It's going to take us days and weeks to sort things out. So try not to panic in the meantime and think too far ahead. Let's just think about.
No, you guys are in charge right now. Terry and I have decided we can't do anything until we're out of this. Until you guys say, okay, you are released. Right now we can't do anything.
Well, and
we can't go anywhere. I'm not working anymore. She can't have any more kids anymore. Everything's over. It's all done now.
Well,
So
damn.
Our lives are totally over.
But damn.
She runs a license in home daycare. She can't have a license anymore.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, okay. Well, her parents, when this hits the news, all the kids are gonna be pulled out.
Maybe.
So yeah, everything's gonna go back.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I get what he's saying, but at the same time, it's like, damn. I get it, but at the same time, you don't want to, you in a situation where it's too early to be saying shit like that. I kind of feel like it's you shouldn't be saying that right now. I get this shit you need to think about, but it's also like, bro, your son just took a nigga's life. You're worried about how what he did is affecting you, which is valid. I mean, shit, of course it's affecting you, but also you don't have any sympathy for the family. You feel me? That nigga's life he just took for no reason, apparent reason. I ain't gonna lie, I do get it. He did fuck y'all life up, y'all.
I don't know how it's gonna change, but
fuck,
Junction's no longer gonna be our hometown because my name's been trashed.
In another room at the Mesa County Sheriff's Office.
And look at this nigga sitting like he a mastermind.
I got a feeling Grand Junction's no longer.
This nigga sitting like he the mastermind.
In another room at the
I've been
Mesa County
expecting you.
Sheriff's
Face ass like.
Now under arrest and charged on suspicion of first-degree murder.
Suspicions? Nigga, he gave you a confession.
Ready to talk with investigators.
You said, hey, my nigga, that's my chair.
Straight to the point.
Oh, my bad, brother.
How did you get here? I murdered someone. Okay. But how did you
Why is he so proud of this shit? Like, I murdered someone.
Well, the police drove me here from my mom's house. Okay. You said you murdered someone. I did. Did you know the person? No. No? No. I was driving one night. I was in a, shall we say, bad state of mind. Okay. I saw a strange shape by the railway tracks, so I investigated, and it revealed to be a homeless person sleeping. Okay. I presumed homeless, because he was there. Okay. So, I stabbed him to death. Okay. Then decapitated his head and hands and arms. Okay. I then took the head and put it in my car trunk along with the hands in bags, plastic Ziploc bags. I took it back to my house, cleaned off the knife, tried to hide the head and hands, removed the trash in my car that was stained in blood. And then I tried sleeping. However, I was quite stupid, shall we say, because I decided that's too much evidence. The body needs to be dumped in the river. So I took the body in the trunk, drove it to the Blue Heron drop-off point, and unsuccessfully dumped the body as I parked too low down the ramp. The ramp is on dirt, so unless you have four-wheel drive, you're not getting out. And I was able to get out, and my car flooded. Let's see, I killed him just after 11, February 27th, 2021. And then I dumped the body. I tried to dump the body I'm trying to remember the time exactly. It was 1 a.m.
Okay.
And yeah.
So that sounds fascinating.
What do you want to know?
You start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember.
So, because I mean, Murray going to jail for this 15 years probably.
This nigga's a fucking nut, bro. I just, bro, it's just like you can't even back. It's like, bro, it's like, I don't know how to explain. It's one of those situations where some bad, say like something bad happens. Let's say you, it's a bad fucking analogy, but I don't have any other words for it. Like, say you just stub your toe. You can't even be mad at it cause you did it to yourself. But it's like you just laugh it off like, damn. It's like, damn, that shit just happened. That's a bad analogy, but it's like, bro, this nigga is laughing that he did this shit. And I can't even be mad like, you're fucking laughing, you just killed, like, it's like, bro, I'm just laughing because, like, this nigga's actually sick. Like, wow. This nigga has number. Like, like I said, he's prideful of what he did. Like, he thinks this is an accomplishment. Like, there's an achievement. Like, he thought he's getting a platinum trophy for beating the game or some shit. 100% completion. Like, no, bro. He's like, well, I'm already going to jail in 15 years, right? No, my nigga, you're getting 25 to life. He thinks this is going to be a slap of the wrist. He's going to come out with a body, experience jail, and go on with his life. No, my nigga. No. No. You're getting 25 to life. Minimum. 25 to life. Murder, nigga. It's not 15. Murder. You're done. And that's not even counting of the evidence and the gruesomeness of the case. And you obviously, they even have evidence of you not having any remorse for your victim. So the judge and the jury, 15 a life, nigga, they're gonna give you life with no parole. I don't know what state he in, but they even might give this nigga the death sentence. Like 15 years probably? No, nigga. I can't wait for this detective. 15 years? Like, no, my nigga, you're done. You're done, my nigga. I'm already going to jail already, so I guess 15 years.
I have no idea. We're at the beginning.
It's murder. I mean, I'm going to jail for 20, probably. But, so I figured, why fight it?
Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did and as I can. Well, as many details as you can give me, the better.
I drive a 2007 Ford 500.
Okay.
And I keep a small 18-inch bat in there for self-defense.
Okay.
And a large kitchen knife in the glove box, both for self-defense, because I don't really trust anyone, or really any part of this town, so that's why I have both. And, let's see, yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon.
Oh, that's when your demons came out? That's when your demons came out? It was a full moon? He thought he thought them demons possessed him? They took over his body? It'd be fucking sick, bro.
I didn't see so well when I drive out. And I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major depressive disorder, so I am not thinking, shall I say, positively.
Okay.
And I'm cruising around for...
Like, this nigga feels... I know he feels so entitled. Like, first of all, they came up to his crib. They didn't even show him any aggression at all. Didn't even put him in handcuffs. They turned the AC on for this nigga in a car. He's driving still on the way to the police station and not in handcuffs. My nigga, look how he's sitting in the investigation room getting interrogated. My nigga propped his leg up after he said, well, I'm going to jail anyway. I'm only going to get, what, about 15, 20? Yeah, I did all this, but like...
An hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through. And I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office. You know, like how... Oh yeah, go ahead. There's a road underneath, right?
That was a whiteboard? Or was he drawing on the wall?
The sheriff's office.
This nigga's drawing on the wall?
Oh yeah, go ahead. There's a road underneath, right? Out under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas. Okay. And I'm like, that's a...
It's not a hobby. It's your empire.
Play for cash and hot prizes in January with our $96,000 spin for cash.
Homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by imprinting your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck. Okay. He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing?" Stabbed his neck.
This shit is sad as fuck.
He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. This is okay if I do a demonstration. Oh, yeah. This is him. I was strapped.
Bro, if I was a detective, bro, I would have looked back. If I was him sitting like these, with a camera, say, this is how he looking, right? This is how he looking. You look over here. The camera's right here behind him. Like, you see how the camera's behind him? Right here? While this nigga's on the ground giving his demonstration, I would have been looking at the camera like, are you niggas seeing this shit? Like, I would have been in that bitch like, are you niggas seeing this shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm saying this nigga is proud. Proud.
It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time I was growling and making animalistic noises. Why were you doing that? I suppose it was a frenzy. Okay. I was so excited, so rushed up on adrenaline and everything. I was just, woo-hoo. And I paused and he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I've been wanting to do this for a long time, murder someone." And then I continued. The whole ordeal lasted about a minute and a half. Okay. And I stabbed, when I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut off in stabs. All the while, no, actually, after I killed him, I just couldn't stop saying, "Stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky." It wasn't. I wasn't smelling anything, but... And why were you saying that? I don't know. Okay. And, but you remember doing it, so... Yeah. I suppose it was just me speaking out my mind at that moment. It was a pouring out of the mind.
What are you worried about? I mean, this looks like it's pretty close to the road and stuff. Somebody seeing you or catching you?
It was 11 p.m., so not many were driving by. Well, it was behind the pillar. So, like, here's the road. It was here. So people would only see a brief thing here and here. So were you worried about them seeing you? I was worried about one of them stopping. But what did you think could happen if somebody... Well, they looked, well, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding a bloody 12-inch knife, wearing gloves, and wearing a mask to conceal my identity, a face mask.
Okay. So you weren't doing it for COVID, you were doing it to hide your face?
Partially. Social distancing.
Right.
Yeah, but no one stopped, and I'm just like, proves the bystander effect.
Nonchalantly, the killer goes into chilling and graphic detail about what he did to Warren Barnes' body. We'll spare you the gruesome details. He then tells the investigators what he did with the various body parts once he was home with them.
And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover pizza box from the dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them in the back, drove home, hid the hands and head in my room, cleaned the knife, threw away the garbage with the blood on it, and then put the blood stained, wasn't stained, it had splatters on it. I put it in the dish, in the washing machine.
What did you put in there?
I put the outfit I murdered him in the washing.
Wearing, or?
Yeah, I was wearing. Okay. In the washing machine, put it on high speed so it would effectively remove the blood. Wash it twice. And then I tried going to sleep, but I was worried that because there was a hole in my gloves right here, I was worried that they would be able to obtain a partial print. So I figured, why not go all the way? I drove back in a different outfit, picked up his body, surprisingly heavy, put it in my trunk, and drove to the Blue Heron drop-off station.
Okay.
I parked, so it's like this, right? So let's say this is the ground. The ramp is quite steep, and you need to have four-wheel drive to pull out of it.
Okay.
And my car didn't. I thought, so I pull in, I thought that I could drive out. So because I put it in reverse, A, so that it's easier to pull the body out, and B, because the back tires would provide propulsion to push up.
Right.
And I open the trunk, I take his body out, I put it in the water, and because I don't want fingerprints on a body, so I just try moving it with my shoes. That works successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off. Okay. God knows where he is now.
Investigators are still curious to get to the bottom of Brian Cohee's state of mind at the time he committed the murder.
And you talked about you were just kind of in a bad space that night.
It was, yes.
Okay. Why were you in a bad space?
I didn't take my medicine, and plus for years I was wondering what murder would feel like, because you read like Ted Bundy and the Zodiac, they all say murder's the best feeling in the world, so I'm like, I'm going to try that.
Okay.
So for some time I had been wondering when it would happen. I always knew I would be in this building, whether it was as a criminal or a police officer.
Okay.
Because I was planning to go in the military, go into forensics.
Okay. All right.
And
how long do you really, honestly think you've been thinking about really at some point you wanted to know what murder felt like?
A year.
Okay. All right. And you said you've read books.
I read books. I have a book on forensics.
Okay. Did you read the book, the Ted Bundy book?
No, I have not read the Ted Bundy book.
Okay.
I
probably have seen excerpts. Have you seen little comments from it or things like that?
I'm not sure what book you're talking about.
The one you mentioned, the whole stuff about Ted Bundy. A lot has been written.
No, it was on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And Pete has studied him too.
Yeah.
So.
Crazy.
You seem more like Ed, if you know who Ed.
Ed Gein?
No, Ed in California. Big Ed.
When it's me time, it's treat time.
A room full of next. I'm up for it. That's why I'm not saying that. I'm just letting this nigga talk, bro. He one of them niggas you let their ass talk, bro.
remind me of Ed Kemper.
I know of him. He was a Goliath. He was 6'9", 200 pounds.
So can I ask you a question? Almost all those people did this for some sort of, whether they had sex with the body or it was some sexual gratification in their mind.
Criminology, there's different types of. I'm not a serial killer by no means. But with serial killers, there's different types of them. There's organized, disorganized, visionary, missionary.
I'm just wondering what gets you excited about doing it?
Well, I'm not really sexually attracted to it.
Okay. I was just asking.
It was just curiosity, more or less.
And you said you studied criminology and forensics and all that?
Not college study or school study. It's like a passing interest.
I understand. But what were you worried about, like leaving evidence behind or being caught?
Totally.
Tell me about that and what you did then.
Well, I was figuring the police don't. This is not to be taken offense, but police, they don't seem to care as much about high-risk individuals, homeless people, prostitutes, etc. So I was deliberately looking for someone who lived that type of life.
Okay.
And I found a homeless person, and the original goal was just leave him there. But I was worried about the fibers on the outfit I was wearing that would be on his clothes and stuff. So I deliberately messed up the clothes.
Okay.
Not cutting them up, just throwing them around. And I was worried about just how long it would take to find him, because it's a somewhat traveled road. Eventually someone with the windows down is going to smell something off. The police have a nose for that type of thing. They're trained to be able to identify the smell of a corpse. So that's where the river idea came from, because a river will wash away a lot of evidence. Rivers are quite tricky. And obviously that was botched.
So how long have you been planning or looking for someone to do this with before you found this guy?
About a year.
About a year?
No, 6 months.
So have you come close or seen somebody or chickened out or anything in the past?
No. I mean, I was looking for a deliberately secluded place like that one. I wouldn't just go up in Clifton and find someone walking down the street and stab them. No, that's too public. Everyone sees that.
Well, have you looked like at the homeless places or anything in the past?
I have, yes. I would go on night drives often, maybe once every 2 weeks. Now just peruse the streets.
Okay. So before this guy, how close have you come in the past?
Not at all.
Not at all? You just drive around?
Yeah, look, just try and find someone.
Is anybody interesting
No.
in your mind thought of a plan?
Well, occasionally when you see girls walking down the street, I take a glance at them, because it really is like Ed Kemper, where half of me says, well, I'm quite inept with women. I'm being honest, I'm no Casanova. But half of me says, I want to take that girl home and make her feel nice. And the other half of me, it's just like what Ed said, is I want to see what her head looks like on a stick. So occasionally when I'm driving down the road, if I see someone that catches my eye, I'll just...
Alright, yeah, I really can't. I don't think I have the energy or like I good. That's all I wanted to see. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really want to watch this interview anymore. I just want to see what the fuck they did with this nigga.
and there were no fingerprints of DNA.
Well, we'd like to think so, but who knows?
Right, who knows? We'd love to think so, but
So let's
who knows?
say we didn't solve it, what happens next?
Then what would you have thought him to do next?
Well, I thought I would have been very careful because I would have been worried at any moment this could become a cold case and then it could be solved later on down the line. So I probably would have done it again because that was just to see what it felt like. And if I had gotten away with it, I would have just kept the secret and took a grave.
Hello, George. Can you mute the music? All right. Thank you, George.
For what?
Lease a 2024 ID4 standard EV for $149 a month. Limited inventory available.
Just say this crazy ass shit. It's like, bro, we know you're
When
weird,
cyber
bro.
threats
Like,
target the world's
get out my
data,
face with that shit, bro. I don't
seconds
even want to
matter.
hear that shit no more.
For the, oh, I know what I want. And the,
Tell
come to me
me,
last.
tell me what this,
McAllister's.
what they sentence this nigga with.
Brian Cohey's trial, where he pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, lasted for 12 days. Throughout the proceedings, Cohey's attorney argued that his mental illnesses prevented him from knowing right from wrong. But the jury didn't buy it. They deliberated for 2 days before finding him guilty of first-degree murder. Judge Richard Gurley said that in his 37 years in the court system and 16 years as a judge, this was one of the most horrific cases he's ever seen. Cohey was sentenced to life in prison plus 13 and a half years with no chance of parole, a far cry from the 15 years he believed he would receive when he was first interrogated. He is currently serving out his sentence at the Buena Vista Correctional Complex in Chaffee County, Colorado, where he will stay for the remainder of his natural life. Brian Cohey thought that he could get away with murder by taking the life of someone he believed wouldn't be worthy of an investigation. He couldn't have been more wrong. Warren Barnes was not only a beloved man in the downtown Grand Junction community, but most importantly, he was a human being who deserved to be treated with the dignity and respect that he offered others. According to the Colorado Sun, Barnes was a lifelong resident of the Grand Valley and told people that he spent time as a cowboy in the Book Cliff Mountains north of Grand Junction. He had a wife, a daughter, and a granddaughter. A sculpture by ironworker Tim Navin of a tree, chair, and stack of books, commissioned by one of the many people whose path intertwined with Barnes, sits in the breezeway outside of Monique's bridal shop where he used to pass the time. His mantra, "And you also," is inscribed on one of the books. The memory of the reading man lives on in downtown Grand Junction, despite a monster's attempt otherwise.
R.P., bro. R.P. Warren, bro. Sick ass niggas in the world, chat. Sick ass niggas, man.